Bienvenue tous, my favourite part of the morning, the International Press Review. Today with Helen Papert. Helen, what have we got today then?
Well, we're going to start out talk about the American elections.
I was just reading that in the Herald Tribune. Good stuff.
It's all over the press. Of course, it's in the New York Times, the Washington Post, USA Today, and international papers across the world. There's a new poll that's come out on the Washington Post that shows that McCain for the Republicans has moved into the lead. And so we're going to see how that evolves. And what's interesting with the Democrats is that Barack Obama has nearly caught up with Clinton. So Hillary Clinton is in the lead still among Democrats, but the gap between them has really narrowed. So what are the big issues as we head into another week of primaries? Well, it seems that the papers are reporting that the big issues are race and gender. It's interesting that that's really what's being discussed on right now. We've got a big primary that's coming up. It's actually in 2 weeks, but everybody's talking about it. It's the one in South Carolina, where the black vote is going to be very important. And so we're looking at how the candidates are dealing with race and gender issues.
I mean, like you say, that one coming up, I think it's next week, but people have been down there already, candidates down there canvassing, looking to sort of get people on their side. Michigan's next, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be on Tuesday.
Okay, grand.
It's quite obvious since Iowa that Hillary Clinton has tried to get women to vote for her and has tried to get women to be on her side. And yet they're both vying for the black vote. Yesterday, they were both in black churches in South Carolina and Las Vegas, both meaning Obama and Clinton, to speak out to the black community. And yet they're both saying, we don't want race and gender to be part of your vote. So they're giving a bit of a mixed message. And it's interesting that nobody really wants to say race and gender are a part of this election.
But no indication that Clinton might cry again? No,
No indication as of yet, but you never know, it could serve.
Okay, moving on to a story about Turkish people and evangelism and conflict growing there. Obviously, there's a background of crime against Christians in Turkey, but this is a different line.
Yes, 6,000 Turks have already converted in Germany to evangelism, and it's creating a bit of tension, of violence, hatred in the community, within the community, between different identities. And what the article is saying is, watch out, these missionaries are creating cultural identity crisis, and is that necessary? And so the evangelical community is divided on whether they should continue with this type of conversion or not. And what's interesting in that paper is then they go on to have a little bit of a quiz on Muslim religion and how much do German people and people in general know about Muslim religion, which is growing in the country. And one of the questions is, for instance, about divorce. As a Muslim, who needs to give their consent for divorce? Is it the husband, the wife's father, or a judge? What do you think?
I would take a guess, and I'm not German. This is a quiz for German people, but I once lived in Germany for about 3 weeks. The man, I presume.
That is what most people would say, but no, it's the judge.
It's the judge.
It is the judge.
Interesting stuff. And somehow that seems quite fair, but there you go.
So it highlights it. Finally, a quick word, nothing to do with religion, race, or gender. It has to do with the human heart. And that's research that's come out. Medicine's dream of growing new human hearts and other organs has just taken a giant leap forward. There's an article in El País that talks about research that says that they've just been able to grow, at the University of Michigan, they've just been able to grow a rat heart. And it's giving hopes that maybe we won't have to be on the problems with donor lists and
Fascinating.
organ donation, and maybe that's going to be the next solution soon.
Absolutely fascinating stuff. They've grown a rat's heart. We heard it here first. Ellen, thank you very much for that. That was our International Press Review. Watching from us, Van Cat. Please stay with us.